Hello YouTube, iLegion back again. I wanted to give you an overview of a rifle I picked up not too long ago. This is a Swiss K31. It's technically not a rifle, it's a carbine. The K stands for Karabiner in German, which means carbine, so it's shorter than some of the other Swiss models. I got this from Classic Arms, so I bought it sight unseen. I think I paid their $20 or whatever it is to get a hand-picked unit. They sent me a beauty. I've got the walnut stock as opposed to beechwood. It's all matching. All the serial numbers match. I did date this using the serial number online, and it was made in 1937. Thing is virtually perfect. I don't have any of that buttstock wear you hear about on Swiss rifles. So this saw a little service, if any. But I understand the dudes in the, at least way back when, the dudes in the military were issued a rifle. It was theirs for life. So some guy probably had this thing in the service and then later evidently used it in shooting competitions, because the original top wood here, the handguard that came on it, had these stickers, and they're in German. I don't know if I even showed it the right way. I can't see it without my glasses on here, but anyway, they're in German, and I know a little German and had to cheat a little bit too, but I got it translated. And essentially, it just says that the gun was used in some annual shooting competition that they have over there. So I didn't want cleaning solvents and hand sweat and dirt and everything potentially wearing these things off. I want to preserve them. So I went to Numeric gun parts online, and I found a replacement handguard that actually matches pretty well. It's got these funky kind of knots in there. Looks neat. Alright. Also, I did buy, I think from Numeric, I bought the sling. The sling that came with it was ready to fall apart, but it was exactly the same unit as shown here. I put an extra button on the back here to decrease the stress on the holes. Alright, so this is a 6-round magazine, detachable magazine that comes with it, and those are live rounds. Sorry, I just haven't had time to take those out yet, but this snaps in place underneath, and it has the straight pull bolt action, which is kind of unique and very quick way to operate the gun. It is not loaded, the chamber's clear. So even though this is removable and you could technically load rounds in the magazine and then replace it and possibly keep multiple magazines on you like they do with modern guns, I think it was intended that, you know, the magazine be left in the gun and then these loaders used to load the magazine. So they work a lot like a stripper clip. They're called loaders for some reason. So you have your magazine in place, plop that on top, ram it home with your thumb, and then discard this. This brown colored loader is the standard type. It's made out of a waxed cardboard. They're actually pretty durable. I found some training rounds. I think it was at the Numeric site. Dummy rounds, brass dummy rounds, and they came in these aluminum loaders. So these would hold up a lot better. And just for my jacking around with the training rounds, you know, they do. They got the same bottom piece, but this part up here, the red part's aluminum as well, and so it take a lot more abuse probably. So when I get this out shooting, hopefully sometime soon, I'll see which one of those works better. frankly, I'll probably just load it a cartridge at a time from the top, because I like doing that, just taking my time. Okay, so the straight pull is a unique feature of the gun. When I received this, it had a little bit of grease in it, but there was no cosmoline or anything like that. It was basically just perfect condition, ready to go. You know, I cleaned it up and cleaned the bore, and the bore is perfect, and I'm really happy with this. Classic Arms did a nice job for me. I bought a bayonet separately. This is a non-matching bayonet. Everything on the gun itself is matching, but the bayonet I bought later. It doesn't match. It came with the scabbard. It's kind of neat. I'll put it on just for fun here. If I could do it one-handed. There we go. So it's a big old bayonet. So, I don't know. This is a pretty wicked gun. Wicked looking. I really like it. We're single digits outside today, and the heat just kicked on again. Sorry about that. Well, that's about all I know. You know, I dated it. It's 1937. I looked under the metal butt cap, and there's no troop tag. I guess some of these come with a little slip of paper behind that plate, and it has the name of the fellow that was issued this gun. So unfortunately I didn't get that, but I did do some reading on the history of Switzerland in World War II, and how, you know, guns like these kind of saved the day for him. Hitler was afraid to attack them, basically, because they were good marksmen, and they were burrowed away in the mountains, and the Germans would have had a hard time invading Switzerland, I think. And I think that's a cool bit of history, and this gun was part of it, and to me that makes it cool. Alright, so when my boy and I get out shooting this thing, hopefully we'll get some video, and I'll give you some feedback about how it shoots. With the gun competition, shooting competition background that it has, I'm hoping that it's a very accurate rifle, and I'm sure it is. These in general are supposed to be very accurate. I additionally hope it's sighted in. I would think it is. I really don't want to mess with the front sight very much. It's got a unique kind of ramp system, probably in the light there, but it's got a diagonal cut channel, and basically you just move the sight back and forth and it moves it left or right. Those guys, Swiss guys, are pretty smart with all their little mechanisms. I guess that's why they're good at making watches. The straight pull bolt itself, if you pull that thing out, I'm not going to do it, but it's got a cammed bolt assembly, and that's why it spins as you push it forward and pull it back. So you don't have to do the lateral movement, you just pull it straight back and ram it straight forward, and it cycles around and locks. The big ring on the back is, I guess, designed for gloved hands, and you know, it's currently in the cock position because I pulled the bolt back, but uncocked it's more inset like that. And it also serves as a safety, so you can pull it back and twist and it locks the action, which it's a lot easier. It's still hard to do, but it's a lot easier than a Mosin, for example, but it's the same concept. Okay, that's about all I know about it. I probably didn't tell you what the caliber is. It's 7.5 by 55 Swiss. Alright, this is some weird ammo I found on eBay. 200 grain stuff. Haven't shot that obviously yet. The Swiss surplus ammo has a slightly smaller bullet. This is one of them. This fell out of the cartridge. It wasn't crimped properly. But I did find some of the surplus ammo, which I understand is primo stuff. and I'm hanging on to that. The other ammo that was in my mag here, this is also a recent production stuff I got off of Graf & Sons website. I forget the manufacturer, but it's the soft tip hunting ammo. And that's kind of, I bought that ammo thinking I might do some deer hunting with this with my nephews. We'll see. He hunts with a Mosin. I've got an M44 I was kind of wanting to use too, but it'd be kind of fun to try the old Swiss out sometime. I'm not much of a hunter. I've never deer hunted actually either. I was supposed to go this year with those guys. Maybe next year, we'll see. I just want to take it out shooting. I don't really want to hunt anyway. That's just the way I am. So that's the package. Classic Arms, I don't know if they have anymore right currently, but I hit it right at a good time because I saw the prices go up after I bought it. I think I got one of the nicer ones. I'm real happy with this. So I will report back after I actually shoot the thing, and I'll let you know how accurate it is, and hopefully my boy can get some actual shooting footage. Should be kind of nice. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. Sorry I kind of went on as I always do, but I wanted to give you a look at this little piece of history, and I guess at the same time recommend these rifles. I can't give you a full recommendation since I haven't shot it, but by all reports they're accurate and they're precise, and obviously they're unique, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to shoot. I'm going to take one more minute. I've got this Remington 870 laying back here. This is one of my home defense guns, and I like having slings on guns, on rifles and shotguns, because, you know, I don't use it for support when I shoot or anything like that, like you see some people doing, but just for simply transporting the thing, carrying it around. And I noticed that the late model Remingtons have this, you know, I don't know what the finish is exactly, but that black finish on the barrel and the magazine, it's not very durable. And I had a couple slings I was going to use possibly on this, and they had a lot of metal hardware that was hitting it and scratching it. This is a Russian PPS sling for the PPS machine guns, I guess. I got this at Numeric. Liberty Tree Collectors also has them. The Numeric ones, you can get them in unissued quality, which is what this is, and it's as new, probably actually made in the 50s, but I like the AK-like canvas slings. I would never put one of those on here though, because it scratches like hell. This thing has all leather on the back, the part that faces the gun, so you can never hit it with the buckle. Not worried about the butt end, that's plastic, but up here I could see it scratching like hell. So I thought this was a pretty badass sling anyway, looking, you know, appearance wise, and so I put one on my Mossberg too. So for me, that's the ideal shotgun sling if you use slings. It's a Russian PPS sling. Okay. Well, again, thanks for watching. Iowegian signing out.